Hi guys, got another collection video for you today. I'm going to be doing my PS2 collection. As you can see, there's a few here. It's not a massive collection, but there are some real gems in there. Some of them not so much, but I like to think it's a fairly decent representation of what the PS2 had to offer. After the N64, I probably played the PS2 a fair bit. For me, it's a big part of. It was a big console for me. I played a lot of games on it and had a lot of games for it. So this is nowhere near. Like, I've only been collecting seriously for the last 2-3 years probably, and out of most of my other collections, games have come and games have gone. In the last 2 years or so, I've really decided that I'm going to keep all of my games from here on out. And I've had to re-buy some of these games again on different consoles and stuff, so don't come out here at me with like, oh, you need this, you need that, because chances are I probably did have it with this console. So anyway, enough of that, let's just get started. And we'll dive right in from here, I suppose. First up is Project Zero. This is a real cool survival horror game. This you use the camera and really proper eerie. Very good, very scary. One of the scariest game series I've played. Cool stuff. And then we have sorry, some light gun action. Back up in the gold. Yeah. We have Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3, and Crisis Zone. I'm a big fan of the Crisis series. I really enjoy light gun games in general, and for me, they're probably one of my favourite light gun series. 2, I just remember playing 2 in the arcade constantly. I played this game so much. I have 2 light guns for my PS2 as well, so let's get some 2-player action going on. 3 is a very good one. This is a good solid entry in the series. It's well over the top. It just takes everything from the second one and ups the ante. And Crisis Zone is pretty good. I'm not really particularly keen on the whole walk around with a shield thing. I preferred the sort of stationary pop up and shoot kind of thing, which it still has, but you walk around with a shield as well, so when you're moving you can still pop up and shoot and hide. So I guess their idea with that was that it kept the action going on for longer. Quality game though. Next up we have King Kong, which is actually, I mean, I played it on this and the Xbox, the 360, and this is actually a surprisingly good game, especially for a movie license. Especially for a movie about a giant gorilla. So, I mean, sometimes there's parts where you play first-person shooter, and there's parts where you play, like, kind of platformy kind of thing with Kong. And sometimes the Kong things do feel a bit sticky with the gameplay wise, like the controlling issues, but as far as it goes, this is a solid and pretty good looking game, I must say. I was really surprised by that one. Next up we have Sega Mega Drive Collection, which I don't actually currently own a Mega Drive, but Mega Drive was a huge part of my childhood growing up, so these games here, yeah, some games that I remember playing a lot when I was younger. It's got to have a little. It's a good way of having a lot of games in one place. These collections. There's quite a few good Capcom ones about as well. We have Maximo, which I suppose is kind of like the sequel to Super Ghouls and Ghosts, or the Ghouls and Goblins series. It's quite a fun game, quite hard. And the sequel was pretty good as well, actually. I think it's called The Army Is In. I used to have that as well, but like I said, games come and go. Cool game. Check it out if you haven't. You can probably pick it up really cheap. We got here Soul Calibur 3. This for me was kind of the last one in the series that I enjoyed playing. I didn't enjoy 4 so much. I had 2 on the GameCube, which is what I played on most of the time. But I did actually play the second one on all 3 consoles: Xbox, GameCube, and PS2. But PS2 was my console of choice when this came out, so just ended up getting it for that. Dragon Quest: The Journey of the Cursed King. Now, this was the first Dragon Quest game we got in Europe. Damn, is it a good RPG? The PlayStation 2 was really good for RPGs. I mean, I'd say quality-wise of RPGs, probably Super Nintendo with its Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger. I mean, some really good RPGs on the SNES. And then we had, I think PS2 is probably second best console for it, and then in my opinion the PS3 comes in third. So I think with modern generations as well, when it comes to RPGs, we've kind of been stuffed. We've had very few really quality RPGs, and this is why I'm so glad to be getting to have got Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. It's probably one of the best RPGs I've played in the whole generation. So, but this was back in the day when RPGs were coming out left, right, and centre. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I like Harry Potter, I'm not going to lie to you. I love the books. I like the films, and the games are okay. I'm not really going to say much more than that. I've completed this 100% on the Wii, PlayStation 2 and 360 for some strange reason. I've managed to play through it 3 times. It's an okay game, it's not great. If you're a Harry Potter fan, it's definitely worth checking out. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Probably my favourite Grand Theft Auto. I like the music, I like the scenes, I like the style of the cars and bikes and all of that, and this really over the top, so I've thoroughly enjoyed this game. I still can put this in and play this now and enjoy it. So then we have Silent Hill 2, special 2-disc set, which I think has the making of or something like that on a DVD. I'm not entirely sure, can't remember. But my favourite one, Silent Hill, will always be 1. I love Silent Hill 1, but this is still a very, very good game. Very good game. We had a lot of good survival horrors out on this generation as well, actually. Here we go. Final Fantasies. We got 10, 10-2, and 12. We didn't get 11 on the PS2 over here in Europe, but not really that big of a deal because PS2 wasn't online. I didn't have it, so. Which is why I never went to the soccer games, by the way. If you're wondering why I don't have any of them, I played them, but without being online, that's kind of pointless. Some of my favourite RPGs ever. These ones are Final Fantasy 2, 10-2, kind of not so much. It's a quality game, but it didn't have the just didn't have that AAA seal stamp from Square that the main series does. 10's probably my favourite out of these, but I mean 12's a very sort of mixed bag. People either love it or they hate it, and I'm a big fan of that game. I love that game. I suppose coming from the fact that I do enjoy playing online MMORPGs, and this has kind of like the same sort of feel, so that's probably why I like them. Quality games. And I'm going to actually stop it here and do a part 2 because you've still got quite a few left, and this has already come up to 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye.